Well, hello and welcome all you fine and lovely people. Here we are for my Steam code giveaway. If you haven't already subscribed, you might want to, as it does help me make more content and it is very much appreciated. Now, I'm going to be doing these Steam code giveaways every so often when Steam games become available to me. So you might want to subscribe and hit the notification button to be reminded of when a new giveaway comes round. Now, so let's get into it. The games that will be given away are Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition with 2 DLCs, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, Planescape Enhanced Edition, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition with 3 DLCs, Warhammer End Times Vermintide along with a Collector's Edition upgrade, Warhammer Vermintide 2, Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York, Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York, Vampire the Masquerade Night Road, Werewolf the Apocalypse Heart of the Forest, Vampire the Masquerade Out for Blood, Vampire the Masquerade Parliament of Knives. Now, the following games are also available where posted elsewhere on point. I have not been notified if these game codes have been used or not, so I have no way of knowing if the game code has been used, if you understand what I'm saying. But you can look at these as bonus if the code still works. So these are Star Wars The Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition, Railroad Tycoon 2 Platinum, Railroad Tycoon 3, Sid Meier's Railroads, Rome Total War Alexander DLC, Empire Total War Definitive Edition, Medieval Total War Collection, Napoleon Total War Definitive Edition, Shogun Total War Collection, and Medieval Total War Definitive Edition. Now, I'm going to go through each game and give you some details of the game, price, and on Steam and ratings. Now, if you're interested in any of the games, leave a comment below with the games that you're interested in. It will be left for 1 month for people to comment, and then I will draw winners and make another video detailing who has won each game code. I will also include a link to the Steam page for each game and DLC for you to check out yourself if you wish. So, without further ado, let's get to it, and good luck. So our first game is Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. It comes in at £15.49, it's got a very positive rating of 91%. It's a story-driven 90s RPG set in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. You can customise your hero, recruit a party of brave allies, and explore the Sword Coast in your search for adventure, profit, and the truth. 75 plus hours of adventure. The Enhanced Edition does contain over 75 hours of gameplay, including the original campaign, the classic Sword Coast expansion, plus brand new challenges in the Black Pits Arena. Now, the game comes complete with 2 DLCs. One is Siege of Dragonspear, which itself is £15.49. It's got a mixed review of 69% though. Though Saravok is dead, plans for war are averted. Peace eludes the citizens of Baldur's Gate. A crusade marches from the north, seizing supplies, forcing locals into military service, and disrupting trade along the Sword Coast. Charismatic warrior known as the Shining Lady leads this army. Her background shrouded in mystery. Can the rumours be true? Is she, like you, the child of a god? The closer you get to the Shining Lady, the more you realise your father, the dead Lord of Murder, still casts a long shadow upon your path. Baldur's Gate has put its faith in you, but you must determine whose interests you truly serve before you face the Shining Lady among the ruins of Dragonspear Castle. Now, the first game in Baldur's Gate series in over a decade, Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear adds a new chapter to the Battlespawn saga. The events occur between Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 and are at least revealed in this 25-hour plus adventure. Faces of Good and Evil is another DLC. It comes at £1.69 with a mixed review of 47%. Now, all this does is give you customise your character's look and feel with 6 brand new character portraits, 3 male and 3 female. Now we move on to Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. This comes at £15.49 with a very positive 91% rating. So the classic adventure continues. Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition is a beloved RPG classic enhanced for modern adventures. Continue a journey started in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, or customise a new hero to forge your path. The Enhanced Edition includes the original Shadows of Arm campaign, Throne of Battle expansion, plus brand new challenges in the Black Bits 2 arena. Now we move on to Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, again £15.49 with a very positive 90%. Originally released in 2000, Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition is the legendary Dungeons & Dragons RPG, freshly updated for modern adventurers. Customise a party of up to 6 heroes and venture across the icy tundra to battle monsters, plunder dungeons and uncover secrets of the frozen wastes. Original campaigns and unseen quests. The Enhanced Edition includes 2 classic campaigns, plus 2 official expansions, plus quests cut from the original 2000 release. So that's the Icewind Dale campaign, the Heart of Winter campaign, Trials of the Lore Master campaign, and quests cut from the original game. Next we have Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition, which comes at £14.99, very positive 94% rating. The original Planescape Torment was released in 1999 to widespread critical acclaim. It won RPG of the Year from multiple outlets for its unconventional story, characters and amazing soundtrack. Since then, millions of Planescape Torment fans have enjoyed the strange and dangerous city of Sigil, the surrounding planes through the Nameless One's eyes. Discover an incredibly rich story and a unique setting, unlike anything else in fantasy. Defeat strange and alien creatures, engage in rich dialogue, and explore the dark and dangerous Planescape setting in this 50-plus hour RPG classic. Now we've got Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, so it's £15.49, so very positive 88%. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition adds all new features to the content of Neverwinter Nights Diamond Edition. Slink through the shadows of as a deadly half-elven rogue, wield fearsome magics as a powerful gnomish sorcerer, vanquish your foes as an armour-clad dwarven paladin. Whatever hero you create, an incredible adventure awaits. Discover magic, wonder and danger at every turn on your own or with friends in this classic Dungeons & Dragons adventures. All the content of Neverwinter Nights Diamond Edition, this included 2 expansion packs, Shadows of Undertide and Hordes of the Underdark, and 3 premium modules, Kingmaker, Shadowguard and Witch's Wake. Now, one of the DLCs that comes with this is Neverwinter Nights Infinite Dungeons. It's £2.09 and it's a mixed rating of 64%. Infinite Dungeons is a Dungeons & Dragons adventure featuring a procedurally generated multi-level dungeon tailored to your gameplay style for characters of levels 1 to 40. Maps, encounter and treasure change with each play, provided a unique dungeon crawling experience every adventure. Second DLC is Neverwinter Nights Pirates of the Sword Coast. That comes at £2.09 and it's got a positive rating of 87%. Pirates of the Sword Coast is a swashbuckling Dungeons & Dragons journey on the high seas. Experience multiple endings, cunning henchmen and a rollicking tale of woe. As a sailor aboard the Midnight Rose merchant ship, you stopped in the city of Neverwinter Nights to gather supplies before a long trip south. A most peculiar course of events follows, slowly unravelling a plot of whale-sized proportions. Last DLC is Wyvern Crown of Cormyr. That's £2.09. It's mostly negative, however, for 33% rating. It's a Dungeons & Dragons adventure for Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Explore the kingdom on horseback, completing jousting tournaments and become a Knight of Cormyr. You have returned to Cormyr, the land of your birth, in the hopes of rebuilding your family's fortune. Though peace seems to have finally returned to the troubled land, outlaws still lurk in the wilds, and a strange silence has descended over the Hurak forest, a silence that warns of encroaching darkness. Then we move on to Warhammer End Times Vermintide. It's £22.99, very positive 82%. So Vermintide is a cooperative action first-person shooter and melee combat adventure set in the end times of the iconic Warhammer fantasy world, although the game can be played in a single-player mode. Vermintide takes place in and around Uberstrike, a city overrun by Skaven. You will assume the role of one of 5 heroes, each featuring different playstyles, abilities, gear and personality. Working cooperatively, you must use their individual attributes to survive an apocalyptic invasion from the hordes of the relentless ratmen known as Skaven. Battles will take place across a range of environments, stretching from the top of the Magnus Tower to the billows of the Under Empire. It comes complete with the End Times Vermintide Collector's Edition upgrade at £2.99, £10.99, sorry. It's mostly positive at 73%. The definitive version adds Oberschreik map, Vermintide wallpapers, behind the scenes and a number of in-game unique items. Then we move on to Warhammer Vermintide 2 at £23.79, very positive 83%. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a 4-player co-op action set in the Warhammer fantasy world. Sequel to the acclaimed Vermintide, Vermintide 2 is the latest installment in a franchise best known for its intense and bloody first-person melee combat. Our 5 heroes have returned to take on an even greater threat than before. The combined forces of a ruinous Chaos army and a swarming Skaven horde, the only thing standing between utter defeat and victory is you and your allies. If you fail, so too will the Empire. According to Steam, this can be played in single-player mode as well. Now we move on to Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, at £15.49, it's mostly positive 72%. The Coteries of New York is a narrative experience set in the universe of the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Coteries of New York present the conflict between 2 vampire factions, the traditionalistic Camarilla and the fierce independent anarchs, among the landmarks and nightlights of the Big Apple. And it's a unique atmosphere single-player narrative experience set in the rich universe of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Next, we have Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York, £10.29, and it's mostly positive 78%. You are a nobody, an outcast in your own vampiric sect, a political prisoner of no particular value, an immigrant never found her roots in the city of immigrants, a chain smoker whose favourite pastime is staring blankly at the streets through the windows of a fast food joint at 4 AM. The sinking feeling in your pit of your stomach tells you that you're doomed. Distorted voices and shadows seem to agree. The curse of the clan makes interacting with everyday technology difficult. Disassociation is your natural state. But when New York's anarch leader meets a gruesome end, out of all the bloodsuckers in Metropolis, you're the one picked to investigate. Make no mistake, this is a trap. Yet, another move in the horrible game of the Jihad. The eternal struggle for power between warring vampire generations, but you're La Sombra. And if there's one thing you know, it's this. If the Ventru Prince and her fellows underestimate you, you're going to deeply regret it. So, Shadows of New York is a visual novel set in the universe of Vampire the Masquerade. It's a continuation of the previous title, Coteries of New York. Well, Coteries was a general introduction to the world depicted in the 5th edition of the hit tabletop role-playing game. Shadows presents a more personal and unique tale. Then we move on to Vampire the Masquerade Night Road. It's £7.19, a very positive 89%. The Elders have entrusted you an elite vampire courier to deliver their secrets. Can you outrun the hunters, the other drivers, and the rising sun? It is a new dark age for the dead, when the Second Inquisition vampire hunters hacked phone lines and computer networks to expose and destroy vampires all over the world. The Elders turned to undead couriers like you. 10 years you've raced across the desert between cities, delivering vital information and supplies. But when an old friend reappears with a plan to disrupt the blood trade across the American Southwest, everything you built starts crashing down. Next we have Werewolf the Apocalypse, Heart of the Forest. So that's at £11.39. It's got a very positive 87%. Werewolf the Apocalypse, Heart of the Forest throws you deep into a primeval wilderness in the centre of modern Europe. It's where protectors of natural wage the ancient never-ending war against the forces of destruction. You play as Maya, who comes to Poland hoping to trace her family roots. Trying to learn more about her ancestry, she will discover her family's dark secrets and reveal hidden truths about the vast wilderness of Central Europe. Vampire the Masquerade, Out for Blood. £9.29, very mostly positive 75%. Gather your allies to hunt the vampires that terrorise your town. Study their ways and exploit their rivalries, or you'll become a vampire yourself. You're barely settled into your new home of Jericho Heights on the outskirts of Chicago before discovering the vampires live in town. You're struggling to start a new life, meet new people, and maybe even find love. But when your neighbours start disappearing, you're forced to take action. Taking the role of a vampire hunter to save your town and from the influence of Chastain, a vampire more than a century old. When a group of young thin-blood vampires start a war with Chastain, will you choose sides or hunt them all? Next we've got Vampire the Masquerade, Parliament of Knives. It's £7.19. It's got a very positive 95%. Dominate undead politics through cunning and violence, while a missing prince gives you the opening to betray your sire and seize power. The undead prince of Canada's capital city has disappeared, and his second-in-command, Aidan Corliss, wants you to find out why. You've been loyal to Corliss since she embraced you and maybe made you a vampire, but this could be your chance to take her place. Will you defend your sire before the accusations start flying, or join forces with the rivals to bring her down? Now, I would just like to reiterate the following games are available, but were posted elsewhere at one point. I've not been notified if the game codes have been used or not, so I have no way of knowing if the game code is still valid. So as I said, you can look on these as bonus titles if the game still works. I do apologise that if you win one of the codes and it does not work, it is beyond my control. So first of all, we've got here Star Wars The Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition. So it's £15.49 and it's mostly positive 74%. The story and action of Star Wars The Force Unleashed expands with the release of Star Wars The Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition. A special new version of the game that will show gamers the deepest, darkest side of the Force, and a story that puts them on a collision course with Luke Skywalker himself. The Ultimate Sith Edition includes all the original missions found in the original Star Wars Force Unleashed, as well as content previously only available via download, and all new exclusive bonus levels. Star Wars Force Unleashed completely reimagines the scope and the scale of the Force, and cast players as Darth Vader's secret apprentice, unveiling new revelations about the Star Wars galaxy, seen through the eyes of a mysterious new character armed with unprecedented powers. It includes the Star Wars The Force Unleashed game, plus 3 reimagined classic trilogy levels, Tatooine, Jedi Empire, and all new Hoth level. Next we've got Railroad Tycoon 2, Platinum, £2.99, very positive 88%. Includes Railroad Tycoon 2 and the expansion in the second century. Taking you from New York to South Africa, it can take you from the year 1804 to the year 2000. It can take you from penniless manual labourer to the most powerful multi-millionaire. It can take you from a well-adjusted, well-rounded person to an obsessed, single-minded, one-tracked trainhead. This is a real railroad game, not just a strategy game that happens to involve railroads. If you want to hop on a plane, a car, or a ship, hop on another game. The game is about trains, people who love trains. Everything about the game is centred around an authentic look and feeling of the railways. Period, video, and pictures are interlaced with the game. The design and interface are true to the character and the fabled late 1800s railroads. AI opponents are based on real people and all maps are real, based on satellite photography of the US Geological Service and other sources. Next we have Railroad Tycoon 3, £5.99, mostly positive 77%. Railroad Tycoon 3 features 25 scenarios challenging players to recreate magnificent feats of railroad history from around the world. Players can lay track, including tunnels and overpasses, pick from over 40 locomotives from early steams to modern bullets, choose to haul over 35 types of cargo in a dynamic economy, participate in an advanced stock market. The new 3D engine takes the franchise to the next level, allowing smooth scaling from an eye-in-the-sky view of an entire continent, down to the super detailed close-up of a beautifully modelled train, building, or just the landscape. Railroad Tycoon 3 also includes multiplayer support, more than its predecessor, integrating an online chat and matchmaking service. Top everything off, the game's soundtrack features another installment of some of the best authentic blues, bluesgrass and American music around. So next we've got Sid Meier's Railroads at £5.99, mostly positive 70%. Sid Meier's Railroads marks the return of the watershed title in simulation strategy gaming that launched the popular tycoon genre, and inspired a new generation of games. Sid Meier's Railroads comes home to its original creator, the legendary Sid Meier, who together with his team at Firaxis Games will take this game to a whole new level of fun. The greatest railroad building game of all time is back in a vibrant 3D world, delivering a streamlined interface and unmatched gameplay. It's easy to learn, yet challenging to master. Creators of the world's best strategy game, Civilization, Sid Meier and Firaxis Game put you in charge of building the greatest rail empire in the nation, managing trains, cargo and your bottom line, while engaging in an all-out corporate warfare against rival tycoons, slick entrepreneurs and robber barons. So next we have the Rome Total War Alexander DLC. It's mostly positive 73%. The Rome Total War Alexander is the second official expansion pack to Rome Total War, and does require the Rome Total War collection to work. Unfortunately, I don't have the Rome Total War collection available. An entirely new campaign that stretches from Macedonia to Greece into the heart of the ancient Persian Empire. New campaign game that tasks players with matching the exploits of Alexander the Great as he sweeps across Central Asia and the dominated Persian Empire. 4 new factions include the Macedonians, Persians and Indians. Over 25 units including Alexander's own renowned historical troops. Historical Alexander the Great campaign with 6 new historical battles that unlock sequentially telling the story of Alexander and are providing a historical backup to each of the battles. All new movies to support the Alexander campaign with professional voice-overs by actor Brian Blessed. So next we've got Empire Total War Definitive Edition. It's £19.99 and a very positive 89%. Complete your Total War collection with this Definitive Edition of Total War Empire, which includes all DLC and featured updates since the game's release. Take on the Warpath campaign and lead 5 new Native American factions in an epic war to defend your lands and drive out the invaders. Build up your armies with the elite units of the East, elite units of the West, and elite units of America, and special forces units and bonus content packs, which together add 50 new elite units. Total War Empire Definitive Edition offers hundreds and hundreds of hours of absorbing gameplay, every bit of content made from the game. Next we have Medieval Total War Collection. At £6.99, it's got a mixed review of 67%. So, Medieval Total War Collective Edition is compilation of the critically acclaimed medieval Total War and its expansion pack, Viking Invasion. Medieval Total War, from the lush grasslands of Western Europe to the arid deserts of Northern Africa, and from the First Crusade to the fall of Constantinople. Wage total war in order to expand your influence and secure your reign as you build a dynastic empire to stretch across 4 centuries. Recruit and deploy armies, besiege settlements, fight naval battles, and employ agents such as emissaries, spies and assassins to aid with diplomacy. Offer alliances or bribes, or execute more clandestine matters. A dramatic period of rebellion, civil war and the birthing of nations provides a backdrop to your own scheme for ultimate power, carving a niche for yourself through the crucible of battle and becoming the statesman and king the era demands. Medieval Viking Invasion, set upon an extended map of the British Isles and Western Scandinavia, and taking place from 793 to 1066. Viking Invasion allows the player to assume the role of leader of the Viking factions as they raid, loot and pillage their way to supremacy. Alternatively, the player may take control of the Anglo-Saxon factions, such as Wessex, Mercia, with the aim of repelling the Viking invasion and ultimately controlling the British Isles in its entirety. Next we have Napoleon Total War Definitive Edition, so £19.99 and a very positive 91%. Complete the Total War collection with the definitive edition of the Total War Napoleon, which includes all DLC and features updates since the game's release. Take on the Peninsular Campaign based on the intense conflict that raged over the Spanish Peninsula between 1811 and 1814. Choose one of the 3 nations at war, France, Great Britain or Spain, or lead your campaign across an independent map featuring 32 new controllable regions. Turn the tide of war with the Coalition Battle Pack, which introduces a Battle of Friedland, the pivotal moment when Napoleon crushed Russia's attempt to contain him. Build an unstoppable force with the heroes of the Napoleonic Wars and Imperial Eagle Pack, which together add over 20 legendary and elite new units. Total War Napoleon Definitive Edition offers hundreds and hundreds of hours of absorbing gameplay and every bit of content made for the game. Shogun Total War, £6.99 and very positive 90%. Shogun Total War Collection Edition includes the base game Shogun Total War and its official expansion pack Mongol Invasion. So Shogun Total War, Japan 1542, a country in turmoil, the last shogunate has collapsed, leaving a nation divided into numerous factions, each led by a daimyo, a feudal warlord. Each daimyo is out to scheme, murder and wage war to become the supreme ruler. The Emperor is powerless, a puppet of whichever faction controls Kyoto. In this melting pot comes the first European explorers bringing goods, religion and disease. Out of this chaos will emerge only one daimyo. He who will master all the varied skills that make up the art of war: politics, economics, subterfuge, strategic warfare and battle tactics. Shogun Total War Mongol Invasion. Through its history, Kublai Khan's otherwise unstoppable Mongol horde were turned back from Japan's shores by catastrophic weather. In this expansion for Shogun Total War, the ultimate what-if question of the period is asked. As either the invading Mongols or the ruling Hojo clan of Japan, it is up to you to take the islands for the Khan or secure your homeland against an imposing threat. Next we've got Medieval Total War 2 Definitive Edition at £19.99. It's an overwhelmingly positive 95%. Complete your Total War collection with the Definitive Edition of Total War Medieval 2, which includes all DLC and features updates since the game's release. Kingdom is the most content-rich expansion ever produced for a Total War game. 4 new entire campaigns centred on expanded maps, of the British Isles, Teutonic Northern Europe, Middle East and Americas. Total War Medieval 2 Definitive Edition offers hundreds and hundreds of hours of absorbing gameplay and every bit of content made for the game. So, that is each game available. If you're interested, as I said, in any of the games, leave a comment below with the games you are interested in. It will be left for 1 month for people to comment, then I will draw winners and make a video detailing who has won each game code. If you want to look at each game a little bit more in depth, I'll also include a link to the Steam page for each game and DLC for you to check out in the description if you so wish. So, good luck.
Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. YouTube is showing you a couple of videos you might like. Comment down below. Remember to give a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.